Most of us grow up hearing the same message: eat more fruit, it's good for you. And while that's often true, there's a dangerous side of this advice that almost no one talks about, especially when it comes to older adults. Because as we age, our bodies change, our organs slow down, and certain fruits that once supported our health can begin working against us. Just last year, a 76-year-old woman in Georgia began suffering from confusion, memory lapses, and overwhelming fatigue. She had no idea the culprit wasn't some sudden illness, but a fruit she had been eating every morning for years. She isn't alone. Many older adults unknowingly eat fruits that may interfere with medications, spike blood sugar, disrupt heart rhythms, or quietly overload the kidneys. In this video, we're looking at 6 fruits that older adults should avoid, and more importantly, we'll talk about safe and effective alternatives that still taste great but don't carry the same risks. Some of these may surprise you. The last one on the list is one of the most widely consumed fruits in the world, and one of the most commonly misunderstood when it comes to heart health. Before we begin, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. And if you're serious about protecting your long-term health, subscribe for weekly insights tailored to smart aging. Let's begin with the first fruit. It's often seen as exotic, even luxurious. But if your kidneys aren't functioning perfectly, and most people over 65 don't realize theirs might not be, this fruit can be toxic. 1. Starfruit, the hidden neurotoxin. Starfruit has an appealing look, bright, yellow, and uniquely shaped. But beneath that pleasant exterior lies a compound called caramboxin, a neurotoxin that most healthy kidneys can process without issue. However, studies show that 1 in 3 seniors has reduced kidney function, often without knowing it. When the kidneys aren't able to filter this toxin out efficiently, it begins to accumulate in the bloodstream and affect the brain. The results can be serious: confusion, dizziness, vomiting, seizures, and in rare cases, coma. This isn't a rare occurrence in medical literature. A man in his 70s was recently hospitalized after experiencing several days of mental fog and instability. It turned out that his daily starfruit smoothies were building up toxic levels of caramboxin in his system, overwhelming his kidneys. If you've never been tested for kidney function, symptoms to watch for include fatigue, swelling in the ankles or feet, changes in urination, and shortness of breath. If you enjoy tropical fruits, there are safer options. Better alternatives include dragon fruit or Asian pears. Both are easy to digest, widely available, and do not carry the same risk of toxicity for individuals with impaired kidney function. 2. Grapes, the blood sugar and choking risk. Grapes are sweet, bite-sized, and often thought of as a guilt-free indulgence. But that sweetness comes with a price. A single cup of grapes contains nearly 23 grams of sugar, about the same as 4 teaspoons of table sugar. And because grapes have a high glycemic index, they digest quickly and cause rapid spikes in blood sugar. This is particularly concerning for the nearly 50% of Americans over age 65 who have diabetes or prediabetes. Those spikes not only affect energy levels and mood, but also increase the risk of long-term complications like neuropathy, vision loss, and cardiovascular disease. But sugar isn't the only concern. Because of their size and texture, grapes are also one of the leading choking hazards for older adults. Age-related changes in the swallowing reflex make it more difficult to clear small, slippery foods from the throat, and grapes are one of the worst offenders. Choking-related incidents involving grapes have increased significantly among adults over 60 in the past decade. One case involved a woman who began choking at a family dinner. She had been eating grapes whole, unaware of the risk. To avoid both blood sugar spikes and choking incidents, consider swapping grapes for berries, especially raspberries or blueberries. They offer antioxidants, less sugar, and a safer chewing texture. 3. Oranges, the acid reflux trigger. Oranges are often recommended as part of a healthy diet, especially during cold and flu season, but they are one of the most acidic fruits available and for older adults with weakened digestion, they can cause significant discomfort. As we age, the lower esophageal sphincter, the muscle that keeps stomach acid where it belongs, begins to weaken. This makes acid reflux more common, particularly after meals. Oranges, orange juice, and other citrus fruits are known triggers. Frequent exposure can lead to inflammation, sleep disturbances, and long-term esophageal damage. One senior reported waking up nightly with a burning sensation in the throat. After removing oranges from her morning routine, the symptoms vanished. Better choices for vitamin C include red bell peppers or kiwi. Both are gentler on the stomach, non-acidic, and do not interfere with common medications. If you insist on keeping oranges in your diet, dilute orange juice with water and avoid consuming it within a few hours of taking medication. 4. Avocados, the calorie and medication disruptor. Avocados are rich in healthy fats, fiber, and a wide range of vitamins, but they are also extremely calorie-dense. One medium avocado contains roughly 240 calories, which, for a senior with a slower metabolism, can add up quickly. Many older adults gain weight without noticing, especially if they've adopted trendy habits like avocado toast. For seniors, added weight puts more strain on joints, increases cardiovascular risk, and can worsen mobility issues. But calories aren't the only issue. Avocados are high in vitamin K, which can interfere with blood thinners such as warfarin. Vitamin K plays a role in clotting, so too much of it can reduce the effectiveness of those medications, raising the risk of stroke or blood clots. If you enjoy the richness of avocados, consider small servings of nuts like almonds or walnuts. These provide healthy fats with better portion control and fewer medication concerns. If you do eat avocado, keep it to a quarter per day and consult your doctor if you're on blood thinners or heart medication. Number 5. Watermelon, the fluid balance disruptor. Watermelon is more than 90% water, which is why it's so often seen as the perfect hot weather snack. But for seniors, especially those managing heart disease, kidney issues, or diabetes, watermelon presents several hidden dangers. Despite its water content, watermelon has a high glycemic index, meaning it breaks down quickly in the body and causes rapid blood sugar spikes. 2 cups of diced watermelon can affect your blood sugar similarly to drinking a can of soda. For older adults with insulin resistance or glucose control issues, this can lead to fatigue, mood swings, and over time, serious diabetic complications. But perhaps more dangerously, watermelon's high water and potassium content can interfere with the body's fluid regulation, especially if you're taking diuretics or blood pressure medication. Safer choices for hydration and sweetness include sliced cucumber, which has very low sugar and supports hydration without potassium overload. Frozen berry chunks are another good alternative. They hydrate, satisfy a sweet craving, and won't send blood sugar soaring. Number 6. Papaya, the digestive system disruptor. Papaya is often recommended for digestive health, thanks to an enzyme called papain, which helps break down proteins. But for seniors, papaya comes with a set of risks that are often overlooked. Papain can enhance the effects of certain medications, especially blood thinners and diabetes drugs, by increasing their absorption rate. This sounds beneficial in theory, but it can actually push medication levels too high, leading to dizziness, bleeding, or dangerously low blood sugar. The FDA has issued advisories on the interaction between papaya and common medications. Seniors taking anticoagulants like warfarin are especially vulnerable, as papaya may increase the risk of internal bleeding. In one case, a woman in her early 70s began eating papaya every day to help with digestion. Within a month, she noticed increased bruising, fluctuations in her blood sugar, and reduced effectiveness of her blood pressure medication. Her doctor eventually traced the issues back to the fruit. There's also a significant allergy concern. Papaya shares a protein structure with latex, meaning that individuals with a latex allergy, which becomes more common with age, may also react to papaya, even if they never had a problem with it earlier in life. A better choice for digestive support is plain probiotic yogurt or fermented vegetables like sauerkraut or kimchi in small amounts. Ginger tea is also effective, gentle on the stomach, anti-inflammatory, and proven to reduce bloating and nausea. By understanding how specific fruits can interact with your body and making easy swaps, you protect yourself from discomfort, complications, and even hospitalization. And the best part, you don't have to sacrifice taste or enjoyment. You just have to stay informed. If you've ever experienced unexpected reactions to fruit, whether it's a sugar spike, heartburn, or something more serious, share your story in the comments. It might help someone else make a better decision. If this video was helpful, consider subscribing. We create evidence-based health guides tailored to smart aging because your health deserves clarity, not confusion. Stay informed, stay proactive, and most importantly, stay well.